Abstract ideas and concept presents some challenges for a lot of us. Now, a dozen contemporary artists reveal their take on fragility for a new show coming up at the Prove Gallery here in Duluth. One of the creative directors is here to tell us about the show. Nicholas Monson, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you get to pick a different topic for each of your gallery shows. How does that work?
Well, we are a collective, so we trade off picking the topic, and everyone picks something that speaks to them. Sometimes it'll have something to do with the time of the year, other times it'll just be whatever we feel is important to show.
So did you pick Fragility?
Fragility is a show that I'm curating, and I thought it was an appropriate topic for this time of the year when so many of us can get kind of agitated with the weather and just, the lack of daylight. Also, the nature itself is so fragile this time of year, everything icy, so.
It was fun to see what fragility looks like. You sent me some images, and I got to see kind of a little preview of what the artwork is coming in. You have some really neat pieces. How many people said, yeah, I'll take that challenge. I'll show you what I think fragility looks like.
I had a little over 30 people apply for the show, so it was a real tough decision picking which ones to include and which ones not to. I had to turn down some really great art, so I hope that those artists will apply to our future shows.
So what do you like about what made it in?
Well, I mean, some of the things were challenging. This piece you're showing here right now is actually made out of snow. It's not even going to last the whole duration of the opening, so that's great. That's a piece by, oh man, I just did this whole thing, so it's escaped me. Hannah Lagoon. And all the different pieces, they have so much to say and from so many different perspectives, so I wanted to showcase a wide variety of perspectives on fragility.
I saw those little snow pieces and I thought, no, okay, that's a way different look at the snowmen that we're familiar with. That's a really fun medium to use. Do you have any restrictions on what you can use and what you can't, or what are the rules?
I don't want something that's going to damage my gallery in any way. So we do have some weight restrictions. We do have restrictions as to wet paint or damaging explosives or, sharp glass, things like that. But other than that, it's pretty wide open.
So Prove has been around for a year.
A little over now.
You're one of the founding members. How has your perspective changed over that time?
Well, I've gotten more comfortable with talking to a lot of people. I've been on this show twice now, which is great. And I've gotten a lot more comfortable talking to people at the openings. I was initially quite shy about that.
What does it tell you about the level and the interest in the arts, by the number of submissions and by who shows up at your openings?
I'm really blown away that we've been able to continue to have these big openings, that everyone seems to be so interested in showing work with us and that the public still is receptive to it. It shows me that Duluth has been hungry for this for a long time, and I hope that it'll continue to be a valuable resource for the community.
Now, as far as a mission, you have a little bit of a different take than a lot of galleries. Kind of, what is the focus, or what are your standards, or what are you striving for?
Well, we do a lot of things. We like to show people that are established as well as up-and-coming artists. We really think it's important to give those opportunities to artists that may not otherwise be exposed to the public, and then at the same time take artists that may be above what most people are comfortable with going and seeing, that maybe you only see them in the expensive galleries. Now you get to see them in a much more accessible environment.
It's been really exciting to go to some of those shows and just see the energy that the people who come to attend the openings bring with them, and the curiosity.
Yeah, it's been just exceptional. We've been nothing but pleased with it.
Okay, next shows after Fragility. Do you know what's coming up? Is it Bitters?
Bitters is coming up in February, and then in March is a show called Text, so keep your eyes open for both of those.
And you can interpret it that however you want.
Yeah, there'll be calls. You can find them online on our Facebook page as well as on our website. That's
really fun. So you put it out there and say, okay, what do you have, or is the work created specially for that opening?
It depends. When we can put out a call for art far enough in advance, sometimes people will get stuff made special for it. But sometimes when the calls come pretty close, which they do, and we have a show every single month, sometimes it's just stuff that people already had that just fits well.
And do you have any time for your own art anymore, Nick?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
All right. Well, I wish you luck on the opening of this new show, and thank you for coming over and spending time with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I want to remind you that Fragility opens Friday, January 11th at the Prove Gallery on North Lake Avenue in Duluth, and it's free.